Good morning. It is Tuesday. It is very early for me. I can't get this thing to straighten. Anyway, today has been an interesting fluke. I was exhausted yesterday, and for once, I said, I'm going to be an adult, and I'm going to go to bed at 2, which is early. Because normally, I've been going to bed after 6, 7, 8, even 9 a.m. in the morning. And so I was like, okay, I'm tired. I mean, there was a lot that I had done the previous day. My mother sprained her ankle. I had to run around and do errands, get us food and stuff. And so when I went to bed, I fell asleep sometime after 2:30, but it never fails. My insomnia will never let me sleep through a whole night. So 2 hours later, woke up, peed, went back to sleep. That was 4. And then next time it was about to be 6. Woke up, peed, hoping, at least let's go back to sleep, right? No. 2 hours laying there, I was like, I'm not going back to sleep, am I? Okay. So then I started doing what we all do nowadays. I started scrolling TikTok, And luckily, my algorithm at the moment is everything I need it to be. Witchy vibes and just women who are saying it how it is unapologetically. It's a beautiful thing and some really awesome, funny content. So I'm like, this is great. This is what I need. So I came across a lot of older millennials listening to 90s, early 2000s music and just being in their car and saying how it's therapy. And I was like, God, that's so true. Here's the thing. I don't have money to pay for a streaming service, so I don't get to really listen to playlists and music. Whatever is downloaded into my phone, that's pretty much all I can listen to, and then lo-fi when I'm working. So I was like, let me look at my Amazon Music app. Let me see if I can find a 90s 2000 playlist. So I did. For whatever reason, I haven't gotten any ads and I've been listening to songs for the last hour. So something came over me and I'm like, maybe this is what I need every morning. I need to put on some 90s, early 2000s pop music and have at it. Though I do need to also, because I came across someone listening to this on TikTok, I need to listen to Evanescence. It's been a while. It's been a long time and I felt that in my soul, that TikTok clip. Anyway, the major fluke of today is that I feel okay. I have pain because I always have pain. That's what chronic pain is. My back hurts and it's creating discomfort that makes it hard to breathe and tries to trigger my anxiety. That's the norm. But I'm awake. I'm feeling a little energized. I'm feeling a little pep in my step. I washed my face after brushing my teeth. Again, unless you have chronic illness and depression, you don't know what a win that is. That's why I'm a little glowy right now. And I was like, okay. But also, and then I put away clothes that has been sitting on my chair for weeks. It goes from my chair to my bed, from my bed to my chair, from my chair to my bed, from my bed to the chair. So let me put this away. The entire time, I'm like, I don't trust it. And how sad is that I am suspicious the entire time I'm doing what to normal humans are basic chores. I'm like, what's happening? What's going on? How long is it lasting? When does the crash happen? When is this going to betray me and sneak up on me and basically obliterate me before the day is over? That's sad. Anyway, I'm going to take advantage of whatever the hell's going on and I'm going to get some coffee and maybe, turn my brain on with some YouTube videos before getting into potentially some work. I do have something up, and maybe that's what this is. I am looking forward to something today. So I did my roots last night and why I was probably really tired. after running around all day, because all my life, if you've seen me change my hair color, it's been for free. I have been very, very lucky that I have been able to live my life since like 9th grade being a different hair color than my natural hair color, and only because I've gotten it for free, and because I grew up in the beauty industry. My mother worked is a licensed esthetician since the 90s, and basically lived at a salon. At the time, her best friend was a hairstylist, so she made me blonde most of my life, redhead, you know, all these different things. So it has been a long time since I've been able to have that opportunity, because the only person I ever trusted with my hair lives 4 hours north. We're not making road trips anytime soon. So I have not been able to properly get my hair done for over a year, and it messes with my self-esteem, guys. I don't have much going for me right now, being chronically ill and needing to live at my desk. So the little that I can feel good and feel like a boost to my self-esteem, it's a big deal for me emotionally. And so something as basic as getting highlights and being blonde again, like that does so much for my psyche. It just makes me feel good. And especially because we're about to start filming season 2 in like a week, I wanted to come feeling fresh and, you know, renewed. So this person has canceled on us twice because it's free. If a paying customer client approaches or calls her, I get it. I'm not the priority. So fingers crossed, I'm getting my hair done later today at 1 o'clock. I really hope it happens. So yeah. And then I really hope I'm not feeling a crash by then, because it is 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. And I've been up in bed since 6 on like 4 hours of broken sleep. So yo, Christmas came early. I don't know what global warming fluke this is, but it's like 60 degrees. I haven't walked out here and taken this fresh breath of air in what feels like years. Ignore my mother chatting in the background. It is gorgeous. It is so nice. This type of weather invigorates my soul, and I'm just going to make sure I come out here at least a few times today to get a proper fresh breath of air, because I don't get to do this and it's not gonna last, unfortunately. But I'm gonna take advantage today. Hopefully as it gets later in the day it doesn't warm up too much, but definitely hopefully then at night, if it does warm up in the midday, it'll get cooler again. I love this so much. So there's something I don't really take the time to do, and I need to, because I have my Kindle. It's an Amazon Fire HD tablet, but its only purpose is to be my Kindle e-reader. So I'm so used to only reading books for pleasure, I forget that I kind of Kindle Unlimited certain like craft books that I've put into my Kindle library, and I forget they're in there. And so I purposely brought my Kindle to my desk because I was like, you know what, remember to look into it. So for this self-editing for fiction writers, it's available in Kindle Unlimited. And yeah, I want to read this because as someone who self-publishes, even though I am lucky to have someone who currently as a favor is editing my short romances, when I start writing full-length contemporary romances for the new pen name in 2026, I can't utilize that same person. So I am in the process of budgeting in preparation for someone I'm looking into potentially to reach out, but I don't want to reach out and inquire about their services until I know for sure that I'm going to be able to afford them. So in addition to that, I want to be able to have more of a critical editor eye when I am proofreading my work. And so it never hurts to brush up on what's available to you. Now, it's interesting because I was actually jotting down ideas for the YouTube channel, things I would like to talk about, things I've learned since really being an indie author the last 3 years. And especially in the last year, I would say I have really learned a lot and embraced a lot and learned about the industry, learned about myself as a writer. And I figured this may be interesting information to share with people on the channel. It is a writing channel. And I was also thinking of some ideas like, how would you guys feel about me interviewing some indie authors that you may recognize? I have been reaching out to some of my friends who are also indie authors who self-publish and have been self-publishing for over a year. And I feel like they probably have their own wealth of knowledge, and it could be very interesting to kind of see their side of the industry, specifically self-publishing. And if you guys have any questions that specifically you would want to ask an indie author, please put them in the comments and I will definitely incorporate them in the 2 interviews I have planned. Hopefully, if not later, actually, I believe one of them can happen before the year ends, and the next one may not happen until early 2026. So take advantage. If there are any questions you are desperate to know and ask for advice, tips, anything on, leave a comment. I will definitely include that in the interview. So I'm very excited. I'm trying to plan for new content on this channel and be consistent when I can to film, because like I said, I'm not going to show you the always on version of me and my life. I'm going to show you the bad, the good, and the ugly. And so there it is. I had my coffee. My breakfast was delicious, and I've been watching some YouTube videos. Like I said, it's still early. It's 9:30 now. I thought it was like 8:30, but that was a while ago. So 9:30. Again, the hair appointment's not until later on. It's going to be at home. I don't have to drive anywhere. So I will see what I work on. There is stuff I can work on. I can't work on my next chapter until later today anyway. So today may be more of a leisure day, but these are the days I want to try to take advantage and tackle a lot of things that I just put on the back burner. So we'll see what happens. We're back outside, y'all, for round 2. It is midday. I needed the energy drink, but it's still nice outside. So it happened. It's about 10:30 and the crash hit literally out of nowhere, very sudden. And instead of fighting it, I'm gonna go back to bed. I have my alarm set because I'm gonna have to socialize with someone I don't really know in a few hours, and that is going to drain the hell out of me emotionally, which is then gonna suck me dry physically, and I still have work to do later. So I'm going to lean into the crash while I can. I'm glad it happened now and not later when I wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Okay, I'm up. I snoozed once, but it's 12:30. I'm up. I have 30 minutes to wake up and put on my social on face mask. I really want to go back to bed, but I won't. Okay. Got an energy drink in the freezer. I want it to get nice and extra cold. The best is when it's almost a little slushy. Yum. I have a pre-made salad from the grocery store that I'm gonna put into a low-carb spinach wrap thing. And that's gonna be my lunch. Good morning, friends. It is officially the time after my drive, so it's officially Wednesday for me. I gotta get used to seeing myself blonde on the screen now, which is wild. Anyway, I am now trying to wake up. I'm having just some Dave's seeded bread with butter and Laughing Cow cheese, a coffee, and yeah, gonna get the day started. Yesterday was a little chaotic, which kind of threw me off because any order and scheduling went out the window. And so today I'm really gonna try to ground myself and get back to specific planning. Even though I've had a lot of pains in the last few days, especially yesterday, sitting for like 4.5 hours to do all this and getting in and out of the shower a couple times after washes, like definitely did a number on my body. But other than the chronic pain, I mean, I'm in a fairly good mood the last couple days. So I'm just gonna ride that high, enjoy it while it's here. And while I am exhausted, I only got 4 hours of sleep. I am, like I said, fairly in a good mood. So I really want to focus and just get my day and the rest of my week organized. I'm going to go into my Hobonichi planner, really kind of just brain dump and get everything in order. I do have a chapter to write. I would like to write 2 chapters today if possible. And then I still have to script the podcast episode, which I thought I would have done yesterday, but I hadn't planned everything that happened yesterday. And I may actually get started on editing this video finally. So again, fingers crossed. So far, all the footage seems to be okay. Nothing's corrupted. Knocking on wood. So hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday. Good evening, folks. It is Wednesday night, and yeah, today didn't go according to plan. I definitely had a crash out around 5 p.m. and so set an alarm to take a nap, and my body said no. I do remember waking up, going to the bathroom around 7 something, and already I was like, I went over my alarm. But I felt so drunk tired. I just remember going back and just going, let me just lay down for a couple more minutes. Next thing I know, it's 9 o'clock at night. So heated up dinner that was made earlier, ate that, and I was not gonna ever talk about this because people have strong, ignorant opinions about it. But because of my experience, no matter all the stupid, asinine comments from able-bodied people who have never lived their lives fighting being overweight, I was never going to ever mention it because I did not want to get pissed and need to argue with stupid people, stupid fat phobic people online. You can tell I'm already a little triggered. So with all that, I am grateful beyond measure for those who do talk about it, because I've needed their experiences and understanding. And so there may be people out there, because my situation is not the typical result, and others may need to find that like experience in someone else and not lose their damn minds. So I have been taking a GLP1 medication for over 5 months now. And I am the lucky rare few percentile that it's not working for. I started on Mounjaro, and my doctor started me on Mounjaro on the initial dose of 2.5. And the first 2 months was liberating. I still didn't lose as much as everyone else did. I had lost in the first 3 weeks a total of 8 pounds, which compared to other people, that was not a lot. And then after the 3 weeks, I gained back 4 pounds. And then since then, I haven't lost anything. So it's been a good 3.5 months or more of not losing anything at all. And that is with me being on a very strict, high protein, low carb, moderate fiber diet. Something that other than the protein aspect, the low carb was something I was very familiar with because I did keto back in 2019 for a year. And it was a lot of damn work, a lot of constantly thinking about food and what you were going to eat and when you were going to eat it and how you were going to eat it. It is fucking exhausting to need to think all day of exactly what you're going to put in your mouth. And because it has to be specific and whole food, you have to also think about the preparation and the cooking time and the ingredients, which are all fucking expensive. And we just lost all of our SNAP benefits. So a lot of things working against me here and against a lot of people. I also, as many of you already know, have PCOS, among other chronic health issues and neurodivergence. So it has been very discouraging. My doctor upped my dose to the 5.0 2 months ago. Still nothing. Actually, I stopped feeling symptoms. The first 2 months were liberating because I felt the hunger suppression. And again, for those who don't understand, have no concept of giving their ignorant opinions, but if you don't know what food noise is and you haven't struggled with it your entire life, you can't speak on this matter at all. You have no authority to even dare give an opinion. I kept hearing the concept food noise for over a year, and I didn't fully get it until the food noise shut the hell up. And I literally wanted to cry because I was like, oh my God, that's what that was? That's what that was? To not care or think about food all of a sudden, and in a way that, again, unless you've experienced it, you won't get it. And it's, no matter how hard I try to explain it, you won't get it. That's just the reality. There are certain things, I tell my mother, I will never have the authority to speak on how hard it is being a single mother. I can empathize and sympathize and have an understanding of how potentially hard it is, but I will never understand how hard it is to be a single mother because I've never been one. No matter what, I will never understand that. That is the reality, period. So people tend to get offended when you tell them you will never understand this. They're like, no, because they want to sympathize. They want to empathize. It's not that they're coming from a bad place, but it's like, you can do those things. And I appreciate your support. That doesn't negate from the fact that you will never understand it though, not at a core level. And so it was one of those things that I didn't fully understand until it finally went away, and the relief and liberation. So to even explain the disappointment, discouragement and hopelessness of finally feeling the freedom and relief and then losing it and not feeling it again. So even on the higher dose, I stopped feeling the symptoms. I stopped feeling the hunger suppression, the food noise came back, the ADHD need to stimulate and eat just to do something came back. Like, it all came back. It's been very, very disheartening. So my doctor gave me as a backup some Ozempic shots, and it's a lower dose than the 5.0, but I figured I spent the last, I would say, maybe 3 weeks not taking anything for multiple reasons. I was over it. I couldn't get more dosages for my doctor because my insurance is still being a butt. So tonight I decided I'm going to start the Ozempic shots that she gave me. One, maybe after 3 weeks of my body kind of resetting. And then instead of starting a Manjaro again, like I've been on for the past 5 months, maybe if I switch things up, something will jolt in my damn body. So I took that like literally 30 minutes ago. It's gonna take time. It's a weekly thing, so we'll see what happens. I am discouraged because apparently all of the slow to non-responders, all the doctors and healthcare providers on TikTok telling you what you need to do to actually make it work are things I can't do because of my chronic health issues. And the fact that they're like, and if you have maybe hyperinflammation due to, chronic syndromes like PCOS and stuff, then, it's probably not going to work as well. And I'm like, well, I can't change that. That's my forever thing. There's no cure for PCOS. I will forever, for the rest of my life, deal with that. So feeling a little down right now, but trying to stay, I wouldn't say optimistic is the right word, but trying to not be completely closed off because of just disappointment and being tired of being tired, Anyway, I have to write. I was supposed to do that much earlier today, so I am literally going to start writing my chapter that needs to be done today. I was hoping to get 2 chapters done. That's not going to happen. So as long as I get my 1 chapter done, I'm still on schedule, which is very important because I have a very strict publishing schedule that I can't ever, I can, but technically you can get faulted for it. I can't move and adjust because they're pre-ordered books that are already out for pre-order, and Amazon will give you a penalty if you don't meet your pre-order date. So very strict publishing schedule, so I have to write and do all this on time, especially because I need to give my editor a certain amount of time to edit the book, so then I can prepare it for ARC readers, send it out via newsletter, and then release. So I'm gonna work on that tonight. I hope you guys are having a good Wednesday night so far. How long have I been speaking on this channel about my procrastination issues? When all the fucking long it was ADHD and I didn't know. Because women are less likely to get diagnosed, especially in adulthood. And just like that, it can all fall apart in an instant. Starbucks who? I haven't used it yet. I remember how I was saying that I don't have like extra notebooks.